In the very beginning, we came up with donut flavors basically by Stephanie's pregnancy cravings. She would wake up in the middle of the night and roll over and say, "Isaac, can you make me a Girl Scout Samoa cookie donut?" And I would say, yes. But as time's gone on, we have really built a whole book of flavors. We've had over 300 different flavors for just 100-layer donuts, which I'm super proud of. And there's been a bit of a push or a pull or whatever the word is to make it, one set menu. But that's something that myself and several others have fought really hard against, because we like the creativity of month in and month out coming up with something new, something fresh, something that excites our team and our communities. There's probably at least 3 things that we have as fundamental building blocks to creating flavors. One is it has to be achievable with ingredients that we believe in. And sometimes there have been flavors where that's just not possible. And it makes us sad to not be able to do those donuts, but it has to meet our standards. And so there's the ingredients. Honestly, there's creativity. If there's not creativity and joy and passion that goes into it, then it's not gonna make the cut for us. We don't wanna do things just because they make money. We wanna do things that bring us joy and bring light and passion into our bakery. And then the third thing, honestly, is cost. There are a few things that we'd probably love to do, but they just would cost way too much money. And so finding that perfect slice of something that we'd be excited about, it's creative, and it can be done with ingredients that meet our standards is kind of the base for how we create everything.
I'm Kit, and I am the Creative Director at Five Daughters Bakery. I have been with the bakery for a little over 4 years, and I've been in this role for almost 2 years. I want to say that I come up with all the flavors, but it's really a team effort more than anything. I focus a lot on making sure that our recipes are simple, easy to understand, easy for anyone with little to no kitchen experience to do. We're also making a lot of something. So sometimes I want to go a lot more complex, but it makes sense for us to keep it simple, keep it delicious, which is, honestly, it's a reflection of the kind of food that I like to eat, and it's a reflection of the food that Isaac and Stephanie like to eat. We like simple things that taste really good.
So the monthly process of coming up with the actual flavors starts with a list that Kit and I share, and she puts a lot of ideas into it. I definitely put my fair share into it. And then we'll sit down and we'll meet and we'll talk about what sounds good to us, what feels right for the time of year, what we can get seasonally from local producers, and make a smaller list from our main list of things that we just want to try. And after that, Kit will take that list and she'll usually work hard and develop things that she thinks matches what we're going for. Every now and then I get to get in there and do the same thing, but most of the time at about the middle of the month, she'll come and we'll have just a massive flavor tasting with at least 10 flavors most of the time. And I'll be there, Kit will be there, and then usually a few others from the bakery will be there just to lend their opinions, because we do want something that appeals to a bigger group of people. And so we'll slice up the donuts, we'll eat them, we'll absolutely look like pigs, and it's the most fun ever. And we'll just talk about what our favorites are. And usually on any given day, on any given board, there are 2 or 3 that really shine. And then there's 2 or 3 that we're like, if we did this, then it will shine. And so that day's super important because, without it, we wouldn't be making those tweaks, trying to take the donuts from good to great. And so after we've had the tasting, then Kit will take those notes back, and for the ones that were great, those are locked. But for the ones that need the tweak, we'll have one more flavor tasting, usually by the next week, where we taste it and we see if the magic has actually happened. And if it has, then we lock them in. And those are the flavors for the next month. We start preparing how we're going to teach the staff, and we start ordering the products for those donuts. Once we have all the donuts set, then we can have our photo shoot and get everything ready for social media as well. So inspiration for us is actually drawn from a lot of places. And while it's true that, Stephanie's pregnancy cravings and our kids' ideas for what a great donut might be, our sources of inspiration, honestly, it comes from all over. One of the most inspiring food people to me is Dominic Ansel. He's the guy that created the original cronut, which is what our 100-layer donut is modeled on. And I've been to his shop 5 or 6 times in the last couple years, just because he's always pushing the bounds of creativity. He doesn't want to get trapped into that one thing. And I love that, because he really could probably make, not infinitely, but so much more money if you just stick to the cronut, but instead he leans into creativity. We love to lean on our community for ideas. It's really fun. Usually after we have our huge flavor tastings, we'll have people come up to us, or I'll have people come up to me, and they'll either hand me a list or they'll say, hey, what were you doing? Oh, I have an idea too. And sometimes those ideas are things that we would have never thought of without them. And so I love being connected to so many creative people, being in such a creative place, and just allowing that to flow with us and through us.
It's actually very important to me personally that all of the food that I eat be non-GMO and mostly organic. And so it feels awesome to work at a company where that's also like our priority, our bottom line, that everything be non-GMO, and for us to not have foods that are going to upset our tummies, upset our customers, because we want to eat clean. I think that's where the industry is moving. I think that's hopefully where we're moving as a people. We want to be really conscious about what we're putting into our bodies, and we totally understand that these are indulgences, but my favorite thing about our ingredient process is that I can feel good about indulging in this, because I know that I trust every single thing that goes into the food that we make. We get a lot of flack about how expensive our donuts are, and I think the reason that people get upset about it is because they don't understand. And a lot of thought goes into what ingredients we use, because they are the highest quality, non-GMO, organic, as much as humanly possible. And we know where it matters, which ingredients need to be what standard. Like our butter, grass-fed butter, it's more expensive, but it tastes better and yields a much better product, and that's why it's a $5 donut.
All that being said, we're so thankful for everyone who's come, everyone who has slipped me a note or given me an idea, or just come and enjoyed the creativity, because we enjoy creating every single month. My favorite day is the day that we launch the new flavors. And I love the joy that it brings, not just to our staff, but to our community and the people around.